I told earlier, it is very important that such events become financially viable. So I am thankful to Mrs. Innovative Water Technologies Private Limited for co-sponsorship of this event. So as a token of appreciation, I am delivering a trophy to them. Please come, Mr. Lalit Bajare and Mr. Rushad. So nice to have you here, and to know about your latest technology, and congratulations for your patented technology. Hello, Jack. How are you?
Hello, doctor. How are you today?
So you are speaking from Toronto, right?
Yes, I am.
So
7 o'clock.
what time it is there now?
It is right now 7:20.
Oh, sorry to bother you in the morning. Okay, so we are very much eager to listen to you, and let me introduce you. So my friend Mr. Zack Abdi is from Toronto, Canada, and he is a managing director of a company Povectus. So they are manufacturing a machine which is very helpful in treating the wet waste. So without wasting much time, I'll request Mr. Zack Abdi, Managing Director, Povectus, to go ahead with a very interesting topic. And he is going to tell us how it is important and why it is important to move the solid waste away from landfills. So go ahead, Zack.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here. What I feel, the reason why we're doing what we're doing is because food has become now a human right issue. Can you put my slide on, please? Is it possible?
Yeah, you just please share it.
Yeah, please share that. Just the PowerPoint that I sent you before. It's basically food has become a human right issue. So as we say that no matter where we are, who we are, what we are, we all need to have food on our table. To give you a better understanding, in order for us to understand about food waste streams, where the food waste comes from. Well, food waste stream, there are basically two distinctive streams in order for us to understand. One is post-farm produce. Now, as per FAO, which is Food Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, 40% of post-farm produce does not reach kitchen tables. 40%. Now, there is not one single farmer in India or Indonesia or Canada or Mumbai or Mexico or whatever that they like to get at 4 o'clock in the morning in order to do the farming and only to throw away the food. Farmers are just like, they're just another business people. So if I go by, go for first slide, please. If I go by the first slide, this is the one. If you're looking at what Mahatma Gandhi has said, there is enough in the world for everybody's need, but not for everybody's greed. So if I look at that statement, as we can see, the damages that even severe consequences of the plant ecosystem is because because of the, okay. It's by, the ecosystem is having a damage, if you want to call that.
तो
40%
व्हिडिओ
of,
बघितला का आपण पाठवला होता बर्पिंग वाला? हां, बरं ते खूप चांगला त्याच्यात डेमॉन्स्ट्रेशन केलंय.
Dr. Vikram, I'm speaking.
त्याच्यात लक्ष ठेवायचं.
So, if I'm looking at the possibility of the food
ठीक आहे,
waste
चल मग आय
coming
विल
out,
नीड टू गो, कारण की माझा एक कॉल आहे आता, म्हणजे माझं भाषण आहे ॲक्च्युली.
I can hear you,
आय विल
doctor.
बी गॉन नाव. ओके, सी यू, बाय.
So, what we are trying to look at the possibility of how we can reduce those items not going to the landfill. So, what we are trying to work on is how we can create an opportunity that will stop air pollution, water pollution, waste dumping, and of course the loss of the biodiversity and soil degradation. Next slide, please. Can you move to the next slide, please? Hello? Hello? There you go. Why landfill diversion is necessary? Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make us understand what is landfill is all about, so that we can understand that diversion is necessary. First of all, take a look at the graphic that you can see. These are all municipal solid waste and municipal solid hazardous waste. So they're all combined, they're all going to the landfill. Some cases are landfill, which is on the right side of the graphic of the image or images, and you will see the other side, those are the dump site. So most of us, most of the global south countries, they don't have landfill, they have dump site. So the dump site, the distinction between dump site as against a landfill, you can see by the image. Next one, please. Now we have to understand what are the types of municipal solid waste and municipal solid hazardous waste going to the dump site or slash landfill. So until unless we don't understand what goes inside, it will be very difficult for us to understand what can be recycled, that can be reused, that will reduce the landfill stress or landfill diversion requirement. So what I've done is I tried to use some of the other information that we're working with people in UAE, for example, and there are no fixed number, but these are the estimated amount as per their studies. And you can see organic waste or wet waste, as Dr. Milind pointed out, is the majority of the item that goes to the landfill. Okay, so why not address that as quickly as possible, because that is one stream of waste that is causing or emitting methane gas and causing global warming impact more than any other item that you see there. Glass, plastic, they don't emit any gas. Food waste definitely does. Next slide, please. So why landfill diversion is urgently required? Because most of the landfills that you and I know were made 30 plus years ago, and they're running out of space. Mumbai, when I came to Mumbai in 1980s as a visitor, and as against Mumbai right now, the size of the city has increased tremendously. So the mega city has become hyper mega cities. So obviously space is one of the major constraints. And at the same time, it is very expensive to build. So one cannot say, I got enough land like we have in Canada. We are the second largest country in the world, so we can just go anywhere and dig up hole and make a landfill. Now it cannot be done. It's expensive, and it takes many, many years to build, and it takes many, many years to maintain, even when you close the landfill. And other issues are leachate issues. Leachate meaning, as you all are scientists, you all are professionals, you understand what leachate means. So if the leachate is a major issue that's contaminate your groundwater, then it becomes a major concern not only now but also after closing the landfill. Reducing landfill stress and curbing greenhouse gas is absolutely necessary. And more of us have realized that landfill or land dump site has become a hub. It's become a junction. It's like where all the train gets together. It's like that. It's like Victoria Junction, Victoria Terminal, where all the train comes in. So why not reduce those? And at the same time, why not create circular economy? Circular economy is crucial. Why most people are coming to mega cities, let that be Mexico City or Tokyo or even Mumbai, because they're all coming there because of the economic growth, economic opportunity. Next slide, please. So, my point is again, Mumbai, despite the fact Dubai is saying 33%, but this is more of a North American numbers, but in Mumbai, there are, as per your own studies, 72% of your solid waste is food waste. So, like I tried to explain to you, food waste is a post-farm produce, 40% gets thrown away, does not reach people's kitchen table, and rightly so, because food waste, food is a perishable item, and at the same time, banana peel, which is 40% of banana, we don't eat banana peel, but it is organic, and it emits methane gas. It also causes infestation issues and so on. So, looking at your own number, the city's number, 72% of city's daily waste is composed of food waste. And state of Maharashtra generates 22,600 metric ton per day. So the mountain that I showed you, the picture image that I showed you, that mountain is not decreasing, it keeps on increasing. And it will become Mount Everest if we don't do something right now, urgently. This requires money, energy, resources, and take a valuable landfill space, as I mentioned before. Waste reduction should always be a top of mind. Why? Because it is a global warming impact, climate change impact, infestation issues, diseases, hygiene issues. So why not join the waste reduction movement to reduce environmental impact and keep them out of landfill? So the question will be for many of us to say, nicely said, but how are we going to do it? Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So, let's look, before we dive into the options and opportunities where we have, let's look at some of those competition or other options. So the first one is landfill. As you can see, it's overcapacity, emitting methane gas, does not provide any kind of green economy or circular economy. And of course, it is also emitting methane gas, such as from the food waste, which is 80 times more lethal than carbon emission. And at the same time, if you take a look at 1 metric ton of organic, you emit 1.84 tons of methane gas. That's a lot of methane gas. Next one, please. The other option that we have, where we can use, is turning the organic waste into biogas. Now, many of us in Western world, we started calling them as RNG, renewable natural gas. There is no such thing called renewable natural gas. It's just another gas that comes out from oil and gas industry. You burn them, it's gone. It's not renewable. I don't know how anyone can term them as renewable, but nevertheless, that's what it is. So if you take a look at the graphic, you can see there are some advantages in order to convert them into energy, but there is no engagement of circularity or circular economy or creating jobs where people can enjoy economic development and not congregating in a major city, which is causing the urbanization issues for many, many countries or many cities. Next slide, please. Then we have waste to energy. That's another one. And you can see the waste to energy, the graphic, I've tried to put them as simple as possible. Incineration, which was a brainchild of Europe 30 plus years ago. They thought this was the best thing that ever happened after the sliced bread. Yes, you can lump them and dump them and you burn them, but then again, when you're burning them, you're also creating nanoparticles, which is because there's so many other items that goes into it. So the nanoparticles and nano pollution that is going into our lungs is causing a major concern. And at the same time, not forgetting the brine, the end product. If you think about it, the nuclear waste, what is the problem with the nuclear waste? It is the brine, it is the end waste that is a major problem. So in this case, as you can see, it is the waste that also becomes a major problem. Next slide, please. So here I'm trying to give you an option. It is an option for you and for us to see how we can help. What can we do? What can we do to think outside the box? So why not apply eco-friendly approach to waste management? Next slide, please. Remember, I showed you the picture of municipal solid waste and municipal solid hazardous waste. This is an eco depot where all of these items can be brought in to decentralize the municipality, not in a sense of decentralizing their activities, but in order to help the municipality reduce those items not going to the landfill by recycling each and every item with each and every usage that will create circular economy, green economy, and create job for the local workforce. Let that be aerosol cans, let that be fluorescent lamp, or let that be food waste. Now, one will ask me, why am I putting fluorescent lamp there? Because fluorescent lamp, as many of you may know, it contains gas. So at the same time, each of the fluorescent lamp has two copper on both ends. So those copper that you paid for it, why are we throwing them away? Why can we not recycle those and put them in a value as a value proposition? Next one, please. This way, remember, our goal is to divert the item not going to the landfill. So this way, we have achieved almost 80% of municipal solid waste not going to the landfill. And please, this, what we are trying to show is nothing to do about promoting A company or B company. This is for everyone, and anyone can look into this option that people can use, that people can employ or designate in their local locality. Next one, please. So, in terms of exegetic summary, recycling food waste A and B, as I was trying to explain to you about the post-farm produce that I explained to you, now comes B side. What is B food stream is? Well, pre-cooked item like onion peel, cucumber peel, chicken skin, if people who are eating. Those are all organic waste. Those are something that we don't eat, so we throw them away. That causes infestation, hygiene issues, diseases because of those rats and mosquitoes and so cockroaches and so on. At the same time, that can be recycled. So at the same time, we also have food waste as well, a post-cook item. What is a post-cook item? Of course, biryani or whatever thing, the dal or whatever thing that people are eating. So if they are half-eaten burger or half-eaten masala dosa and all those things, those are also organic. So why not stop that? So at the same time, if we can get audit, which we do provide, and other people should provide, whereas biogas people cannot provide, or municipal trucks coming and taking those items going to the landfill, they cannot provide the audit for what they have done, so they cannot earn carbon credits. So why not earn carbon credit while you're doing something good? Next one, please. One has to understand, what do you mean by ESG and EPR? ESG, what we term them as environmental social governance. Remember I mentioned to you food waste has become, or food has become a human right issue. So environmental social governance, many of these companies or corporations are embracing environmental social governance in order to bring environmental damages that is taking place and harming and hurting people. And that's why they want to create a governance. So let that be McDonald's or let that be any one of those people that say, well, we are not going to send those items go to the landfill. Why? Because it kills people. It harms people. So food security and food supply chain can be achieved if we have a better environmental social governance in place. Next one, please. The problem, as I mentioned before, and I like to reiterate here, over 80% of potable water is used for agriculture. Those who are from agriculture industry will understand more. So if there's water, there's agriculture. If there's no water, there's no agriculture, leading to nothing but more hunger. And remember, food is a human right issue. So if the water has been depleting in many parts in India, for example, in Chennai and Punjab and Haryana and all the places. So, and at the same time, we use 80% of potable water for agriculture and we throw away 40% of food waste. Not that we want to, but this is what it is. So we literally also throwing away the water that we don't have or we need badly. At the same time, according to FAO, over 40% of post-farm produce are going to the landfill, as I mentioned before. Landfill stress is due to overcapacity mode, as we know, and it goes on to understand about the climate change which is taking place due to methane gas. This is what all the scientists are saying it, and we all know the fact that global warming is happening because one of the biggest contributors is methane gas. And at the same time, if I'm a farmer, I'm also worried about the cost of the fertilizer. So if the fertilizer is one of my operating expenditure, if I'm a farmer, then obviously the produce become expensive. If the produce become expensive, of course it costs more money for local or regular folks. So at the same time, we've been hearing this word regenerative agriculture best practices. Now, we have to understand what do we mean by regenerative agriculture best practice. Well, we need to put back more than what we take in short. So what can we put them back? Well, we can put back item that we have taken from the farm, like water and better soil. And that's what we try to do. Next one, please. So here is one of the snapshot. This is only for the graphic reason, and this is what we are doing right now. So if you can see stream A and stream B. What can we do from stream A? An example, pumpkins during the Halloween period, instead of throwing them away, why not turn them and make pumpkin bread or pumpkin cookies? So we have zero item going to the landfill and 100% utilization of item. That creates jobs, that creates circular economy, and that also creates food security and food supply chain. And from stream B, we're using the terminology A and B. This is a North American, Canadian side of it, so just to classify them. Stream B could be food scrap, which is a food scrap. We convert them into 100% pathogen-free water that we need. We use the biomass that we use as a soil amendment that will help the regenerative agriculture or fertilizer that will take away the cost of fertilizer that we need, farmers are buying. And of course, you can use the biomass, chicken feed or fish feed, so that way you are creating more food security and food supply chain. And the benefits, just to give you an idea, to monetize it, from every 1 ton of food waste, you can get almost 300,000 liters of water per year. As you can see, the benefits which are listed below, including curbing of methane gas. Next slide, please. This is another snapshot that I would like to show you, that we also take away spent barley and reuse them to make bread. Spent barley meaning barley that has been used for making beer, that normally gets thrown away. So instead of throwing them away, why not make something out of it? So this is where the beer company, ESG, comes into play. So the beer company, they can showcase they're doing something good for the community. At the same time, they're also reducing their own cost as well. Next slide, please. This is a machine that my company makes. And as you can see, it is a turnkey solution. It's easy, modular, movable. So it can be retrofit in any facility. And it does not require any landfill per se. Next slide, please. These are some of the market size that you can see. Where can we use them? You know, from farm, food terminal, supermarket, and all the other places that you look at. And now I would also like to emphasize the word women empowerment, economic equality, economic growth, why people are coming to the major city, because of economic opportunity. So if those things can be done in their villages and towns and cities, then there's an opportunity for everyone to grow and have a better life and better security, food security at least. Next slide, please. These are the target market segment that you can see. And what we're also doing right now, we also engage in universities and schools. And of course, the condo high-rise buildings. Mumbai, city of Mumbai has a lot of condo high-rise buildings. So why not engage every one of them to be a green citizen as a part of the environmental social governance requirement. Next slide, please. As I said, these are the special sauce. It's retrofit, modular, scalable, full audit, and of course, a full training. Beside that, the whole cycle, even for 1 ton of food waste, is completed within 23 hours. So you have 365 tons of food waste not going to the landfill every year. Whereas people in Mumbai have been practicing what they call it, they use in order to trap those food waste and composting them. Yeah, but then again, composting takes a lot of time and it is unsafe because of the nature of the methane gas can be explosive. Next one, please. So these are some of the business model that you can see. I'm not going to bore you with this, but the only thing that I want to point out to you is the audit that you can get, that you can create an opportunity for carbon credits, that you can sell them or you can use them yourself. Next slide, please. We are working on right now, I won't bore you with this, go back, the next one, please. Technology focus. What we do is we dehydrate food waste. As you know that nature has given every food that has 80 to 85% moisture. What basically we are doing is we extracting the moisture that we have used for farming purposes. Remember 80-85% of water that we use in order to grow food, and we're throwing them away. So instead of throwing them away, why not extract those moisture and reuse the water for other purposes, including the biomass that can be reused as a fertilizer or chicken feed or fish feed and many other items. Next one, please. What do we require from you? Just for you to understand what we do and be able to see how we can integrate this into the system so that we can reduce those items not going to the landfill. So your landfill is not only your concern, it is the world's concern. There's no such thing called global south and global north. There's only one globe. Next one, please. Next one, please. Just to give you an ROI calculation, I don't want to bore you with this. Next one, please. This is something which I'd like to show you and share with you. Recently, there's been a lot of bashing going on for fossil fuel industry. I come from fossil fuel industry myself. I work for Saudi Aramco, I work for Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, and I also work for Qatar Gas as the head of the national development. So methane gas, which happens to be, as we mentioned, 80 times more lethal and so on. But if you take a look at the graph, according to study, CH4 coming from oil and gas industry is only 43%. Only 43%. Whereas the remaining 57% is from agriculture, as I mentioned to you before, and others such as you and me. Your kitchen, my kitchen, restaurants, hotels, supermarket, and so on. So why not reduce those items or those methane gas not happening proactively rather than reactively waiting for fire to take place or drought to take place or flood to take place and trying to do something. Why not do something that can help create something out of it rather than leaving it as it is? We cannot afford it. Next one, please. This is just an overview just to give you an idea of what we're doing. Next one, please. Now, I have put a link, which I won't be able to share with you now, but feel free to take it from the organizer. I have put a story of No Pumpkin Left Behind as a part of Zero Hunger, Zero Waste. It's an animation storyline, it's whiteboard storyline. It also explains to you how the children can become an eco-warrior and how they can play a role in addressing some of the food security and food supply chain issues. Plus the fact that, as we know, methane is one of the big opportunities for Canada to act quickly on climate, and the same thing applies with many other places in the world. So why are we doing what we're doing right now? Basically, that's what I'm trying to say, that innovation to propel sustainability and creating legacy is crucial. Next one, please. In summary, these are the things that what I like you to see. If you take a look at the benefits based on the stat that came out from state of Maharashtra, that generates 22,600 metric ton per day of waste, and out of that, 72% of the city daily waste stream is composed of food waste. That means food waste alone is 16,272 tons per day. So if there are 16,272 tons per day, if I want to convert them into pathogen-free water that we need, you are throwing away, literally, 13 million plus liters of water every day. Because you're not extracting them, you're not using them, you're not taking them, you're not reusing them for the thing that you require. You're already having water stress issues and water footprint issues, so you're not doing anything about this. We are literally throwing them away. At the same time, if I'm looking at an opportunity of creating circular economy or green economy, 100% organic sterile biomass, I'm throwing away 3,254 tons of biomass per day, literally, because we're not recycling them. We're sending them over to the landfill, only to cause more pain with no gain. Remember the word which Mahatma Gandhi has said. We need to have, not to have, we can't afford to damage the landscape for what we have. Next one, please. In the end, all I can say is reducing landfill stress is important, reducing environmental impact at land site is important, recycling on site will help create ESG, branding smart living solution is important, and of course, we like to build these machines in India that will help promote Made in India image. Thank you very much for creating synergy. Thank you very much. I'll be happy to take any questions, please.
So thank you, Zack, for your excellent presentation and the lucid language with which you presented your presentation. I think all the audience, I'm sure, they were thoroughly engaged in your presentation, and they found substance in whatever you were talking. And definitely in India also, I hope the people are eager to use the solutions which you have proposed. And the objective should be to take away the waste from landfills and participate in the circular economy. And the solutions which are proposed by you have many takers actually in India. The only thing is we have to just find out solutions by which it will be cost effective and attractive to the Indian market. So Indian market likes automobiles of companies like Maruti Suzuki rather than Audi or BMW or Mercedes. So we have to develop some solutions like that which you have provided, and let us work on it, and we will start providing the solutions. And thank you once again for your excellent presentation, and a big round of applause to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just like to say, yes, we are not as expensive as like BMW. We are in the same par as Maruti and Suzuki. Yeah. And the whole intention is that to build the Z machine in India in order to reduce the cost and also to promote Made in India image. Because you are the most populous nation in the world. And rightly so, with 73% of food waste going to the landfill, according to your own studies, it is affecting and impacting every one of us, and no matter where we are. There is no such thing called global south and global north. This is just a distinction in order to create a distinction. So if we are one globe, if the climate change is happening in one part of the world, it's affecting us as well. So what I'm trying to say is that a part of the Canadian trade, which I was supposed to be there in India in October, that got canceled, will
Okay.
be more than happy to rejoin the whole journey in promoting the bilateral trade agreement that we were on a cusp of engaging, and we can start doing that again.
Yes.
So the opportunity is right now is all of us to understand what are the options that we have, look at the options, see the option that what we can provide, let that Maruti or let that be BMW. If the distance, if the intention is for you to move from point A to point B without spending too much money, without hurting anyone, without damaging anything, why not look into it? That's all it is. So money will be the last thing I would suggest to anyone to think.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is that how can we stop this cycle of damaging? And this, I go back again to Mahatma Gandhi's saying, we cannot afford anymore to damage our landscape that what we have. We cannot afford to have all kinds of garbage going into the seaside or waterways or things that what we are doing right now. We have to stop those items not going to the landfill. But we cannot stop people from their lifestyle. We don't want to. We're not policemen to stop people from don't eat this and don't eat that. No, we can say whatever you're doing, but this is a better way to do it. And if that can be enshrined or embedded as a part of ESG, environmental social governance, if you can use this as a tool, then it makes sense.
Very true.
And that's what I'd like to. Thank you very much. Thank you, Doctor.
Very,
Thank you all.
very
God bless
true.
you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye. Bye. So, friends, we have already stretched too far, and now I think we should start our last part of the program, and that is the panel discussion. So, I request the esteemed panelists, Colonel Mahendra Indurkar ji, Deputy Chief Engineer BMC Dr. Ajit Salvi ji, Executive Engineer BMC Mr. Nitin Parab ji, to take your positions, and then the last part is the prize distributions, award distribution. So please take your seat for the last program, that is panel discussion. So we are going to start the panel discussion. So various stakeholders are there. Colonel Indurkar Saab is representing the industry part of it. Like sustainable planet comprises of industry, then buildings and cities. So from city point of view, we have Dr. Ajit Salvi, who is representing BMC administration, Mr. Nitin Parab, he is representing also BMC administration, solid waste management department, and Salvi Saab is looking after the sewerage operations department. So myself and Dr. Vikram Pattarkine, we are there from the point of view of citizens. Like I am representing one ALM in BMC, which is in Andheri West area. So ALM is what? It is like a representation of citizens bodies. And Dr. Vikram Pattarkine also, he is working for empowerment of citizens through various initiatives. So I'll now request Dr. Vikram to speak for 10 minutes to set the 10 for today's panel discussion, which is basically for recommending the government authorities what are our suggestions so that our planet becomes sustainable, and what role the industry should play, the government should play, and the citizens should play. So thank you, Dr. Vikram. I think it is early morning in US. What time it is?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. It's okay. Very good.
Okay.
I'm comfortable. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. So go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Milind, for inviting me to speak in this August panel. Thank you, Dr. Zack. It was a brilliant presentation. I enjoyed it very much. I would like to talk to you at some point. I'll send you a connection request separately. I'm going to start my presentation. I have a few slides, and I'll hopefully get done in about 10 minutes. So let me see if I can get that presentation up. Okay. Can you see my screen here? It should say environmental stewardship, citizens' responsibilities. The screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Ravi? Okay, great, wonderful. So these are the topics we are going to cover very quickly. What is environment? What is stewardship? What is waste? We'll look at a different perspective of looking at the environment and then living in harmony with nature. What can we do as individuals, because the government is doing what it is doing, the industry is doing what it is supposed to do, but what we as citizens can do, let's look at that. So very quickly, what is the environment? We define the environment as surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal or plant lives or operates. If we look at it from our spiritual tradition in Bharat, the environment comprises 5 fundamental elements. The largest element is space, which actually contains the other 4 elements, which is basically matter and energy. Energy is the fire principle, and matter is either air, water, or earth. What is stewardship? Stewardship means taking care of something. Now, in this case, we are a part of the environment, and environment is also a part of us. So how can we each take care of each other? In fact, we are taken care of by the environment, but we should also do our part in taking care of our environment around us. What is waste? Is there any such thing as waste? Or is it only the wrong thing at the wrong place? So I'll give you a very quick example. When we are eating our lunch or dinner, if our hair falls into our plate, then we will take the hair away and throw it away. Right? Because hair is a waste in the food. Whereas if a speck of food, say a piece of bread or rice, goes into our head, at that place we will take that piece of food and throw it away, because at that place food is waste. So waste is only wrong thing at the wrong place. There is no such thing as waste if we utilize that properly. Okay? Now, when waste is thrown away into the environment will assimilate it to some extent. Okay? So there is an assimilative capacity of the environment, which is the ability to carry waste material without adverse effects on the environment or on the users of its resources. If we exceed this assimilative capacity, that is when pollution happens. Okay, so this is a picture in Mumbai somewhere. Now, why can we not look at this whole thing from a different perspective? Now, consider the Earth as an organism, the entire planet as one organism, on which what happens is, if we conduct a lot of activities, human beings conduct a lot of activities and generate what is called waste, which pollutes the water, air and land pollution, which creates water, air and land pollution. Because a lot of our material that we produce, we don't really utilize. You all know about circular economy, we all know about circularity. So the waste material from one process should be utilized as the raw material for the next process. When that happens, there is very little waste. Unfortunately, since the Industrial Revolution about 200 years ago, we've been producing things at such a large scale and such a rapid pace that we have been generating a lot of material which the environment doesn't know how to assimilate. What has happened in the past 3 or 4 years when the pandemic and the lockdown took place? During that time, our activity was slowed down because of the lockdown. During that slowdown, non-essential activities stopped, and therefore, because of that reduction in the human activities, air and water quality dramatically improved. So I'm going to show you some pictures as to how it happened. Here you look at a highway in Delhi. This is a flyover in Delhi. Pollution levels in Delhi, within a week, they went down. Look at the India Gate. I think it is called by some different name now. But this on the left is a picture before the pandemic in the winter, Whereas after the pandemic, within about a week of the pandemic lockdown, you see the air quality has improved dramatically. Look at the water in the Yamuna. This change happened within only 7 days. This is in Mumbai itself. In a corporate area, you could see peacocks on the road. The earth is not just our own jagir. It belongs to the other animals also, right? This is a picture in China. If you look at the picture on the top right, you'll see the air quality. This is a picture taken from the satellite. So before the lockdown, in the same period the previous year in 2020, in January, air was very bad, whereas in February, within a month after the lockdown, the air quality improved dramatically, right? This is in Venice. At one time, because of the tourism activity here, you would not see any dolphins in the water. But when the lockdown happened, dolphins came back into their natural habitat. That is how it needs to be in the environment. Our footprint is just too large. Look at this picture of Los Angeles skyline. This is as the plane lands at the Los Angeles airport. Air quality in Los Angeles is not very good all the time, but during the lockdown it was extremely good. This is another picture in Europe, very clear. So what have we learned from the lockdown? We have learned that when human activities are reduced, environmental quality improves. How can we live in harmony with nature, not having an excessive lifestyle, not having an extravagant lifestyle? So how do we live in harmony with nature? We should live in harmony with nature by respecting our symbiotic relationship with Mother Nature. Okay? We should minimize our consumption of natural and personal resources. We should change our transportation, energy use and dietary patterns, because these are the things we can do at the individual level. So whenever it is possible, either walk or take a bike, which is zero carbon of course, reduce environmental impact in everything that we do. Basically, if we reduce our consumption to the extent possible, it is easily possible. And then, as Dr. Zack said, we cannot really tell people what to do. We can do that in our own lives so that we can inspire other people to live in that manner. And we adhere to sustainable development principles so that the quality of life we have now should be enjoyed by the future generations as well. Okay? So at the personal level, some of the things I do personally and I encourage people to do is to live simply and at the need level. So don't consume anything more than necessary. Do not hoard necessary. So if you have whatever you have in your house, just make sure, go through it once every 6 months and see if you don't need it, don't keep it. Either sell it or give it away or throw it away so that you live simply. Okay? I personally eat plant-based food with as little processing as possible because that is the most energy efficient way of consuming food. We should eat to live rather than live to eat. We should exercise regularly because then we keep ourselves well so that we can help others. And then meditate and contemplate like we are doing right now. I personally consume a lot of natural food which is produced through photosynthesis, which comprises fruits, soaked nuts and seeds, vegetables, sprouted grains and lentils. It contains enzymes, it is very energy efficient, and it's actually quite tasty, juicy and full of life energy. After you consume food like that, you are energetic all day long, so you can do your work more efficiently. So what are the benefits of this? The food requirement is lower because you extract more energy out of the food that you eat, and because the food requirement is lower, waste generation is also lower. Okay? We save time and fuel in cooking. Our health is vibrant, so we can be very energetic and effective in our professional work also. The energy levels are very high, productivity is also very high. What is the environmental and social impact of this kind of lifestyle? When we eat a lot of fruits, the farmer is incentivized to grow more fruit, plant more fruit trees. Fruit trees will provide shade. They will also provide habitat for birds and help conserve groundwater. What happens is, fruit trees don't require a lot of babysitting. So the farmer will get long-term income for relatively low maintenance at a very low carbon footprint, right? So therefore, we should all think in a different manner. We should look at the environment as a part of us because we are a part of the environment. We are not apart from it. We should walk lightly on Mother Nature and of course be happy. So I'm going to stop sharing here. I think I have done better than 10 minutes. So thank you once again, Dr. Milind, for inviting me here, and thank you everybody for listening to me patiently. I'll be happy to participate in the panel discussion as it moves forward. I'm muting myself now.
So, thank you, Dr. Vikram, for your excellent speech, and you really brought forward a different point in this whole discussion, and which is the role of human beings, particularly anthropogenic activities, in deteriorating air quality, water quality, etc. So, a very important point for environmental balance, and again, you brought a personal dimension like use of healthy food or diet, doing exercises. So these points are very important in the current generation, current lifestyle, and affecting people's mental health as well as the regular physical health, which people are ignoring. You know, the effects of social media, excessive social media intake, etc., which is also important as environment, because unless your mental health is good, you can't enjoy your environment, right? Health is the wealth, okay? So with that tone, and again the tone said by Dr. Zack Abdi, so they have already set tones for our panel discussion. And now we are discussing the roles of, industry, government organization, and citizens. So citizens' points are already placed before us. So now I would like to know, particularly the industry delegates, I was expecting more, but unfortunately very less people have represented from core industries like manufacturing industries, process industries, etc. And one of the few persons who have come all the way and he has been with us from industry is Colonel Mahendra Indurkar ji. So I personally have seen how he is passionate about environment. First as in the A&W department of Indian Oil as DGM, and as General Manager, probably I feel he's seeing the work of his passion for this environment. He got the Department of Sustainable Development Department, which is closely linked with the environmental activities. And he was responsible for, a great initiative he took, that all Indian oil units, be it retail outlets, be it bottling plants, be it oil terminals, they should become sustainable. They should have Green Co certification from CII. And because of that, number of units in Indian Oil Corporation, which is a Fortune 500 company. You know the footprint of Indian Oil. Wherever you go in India, you will find Indian Oil there. So, it is very important, sir, for industries, to take actions about environment, and there are certain good examples. There are certain examples where further improvement is required from the industry part of it, because industry units are less, but their emissions and impact on environment is more. So I request him to present his views, regarding what role the industries can have regarding making the planet a sustainable planet. So, sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Kulkarni, for giving this opportunity to participate in this panel discussion. As you know that the awareness of environment is on rise among all industries, be it petroleum or marketing, refining, or any other industry. And yes, we also would like, though our core business is petroleum, and we are more responsible for damaging the planet. But yes, we are correcting ourselves, and we are trying to reduce our carbon footprint. One of the activities in this area was that we are going for a green certification. This is a Green Co certification, we call it, and CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, have formulated this certification. So there are different ranks are given for these locations, that how they impact the earth, or how much damages they are doing to the environment. And that green co certification really makes aware the entire unit what are things needs to be done. Now, whether it is in the form of becoming water positive, or becoming energy neutral, or becoming less damages to the environment because of your core function and business. So I'm very happy to share with you, and you also know it, that Indian Oil Marketing Division has got more than 400 plus locations, and we have completed almost more than 50% locations having this certification. And the effectiveness of this certification will result in really saving a lot of carbon emission, water reduction in water usage, and it will really help the Mother Earth. As far as colonies were concerned, the many office buildings as well as colonies, we are going for a green certification, green building certification. This is also being awarded by CII, and this is an effort to understand the effect of our day-to-day living, and there is a lot of people have really got with this idea that we have to go for this green building, and even at residential colonies, or be it in the offices, wherein we are spending a lot of time of this. So these are some of the ways by going for a green certification and green co-certification for our plants, terminals, and AFSS. We are trying to reduce our carbon footprint.
So thank you, sir. You have put up that in a very excellent manner, and I was fortunate enough to work under your guidance regarding the colonies, and now I got the opportunity to work with various units of Indian Oil Corporation, and the beginning is made, I will say. This is the first time the particular industrial unit is getting such certification. So policies are formed. They have water policy, they have energy policy, they have waste reduction policy, etc. And many many officers are working diligently. However, going ahead, they have to work on actually creating the particular greenness more. For example, they can have some biodiversity studies, like many units like Jammu, or they have acres of lands where there are plants, there are various species of birds, insects. No, so these are very important. We speak only about humans, but insects, if there are no insects, we will not get our fruits, right? So we have to do the survey, and then for all the other parameters like solid waste management, every industrial unit should have green dustbin, blue dustbin, segregation at source. So that culture we have to develop at every location, and then only we can go ahead. But as he told, a very good initiative is taken by Indian Oil, and you find that their corporate policies, lot of thrust is given on environment. Like every year there is one mission, and every year that word green is not going. Strengthening the green resolve, and so that is very commendable. So thank you for your role. The government, I will say BMC, if government authorities or BMC does 99 things correct and one thing wrong, people will talk only about that one thing. But then they don't realize, people sometimes don't realize how much hard work goes behind the water reaching you every day. 364 days water is there. We don't feel anything. If one day water is not there, you can imagine our problems. No? So that is the hard work BMC is doing for us. But yes, there is always scope for improvement, and Dr. Ajit Salvi is handling one important department of sewerage operations. So whatever wastewater we are generating in our bathrooms, so we are generating tremendous wastewater, but we can't see it. We don't see it. So it is managed properly. That's why we don't see it. But as I told in the morning, there are many things on which we can do. There is scope for improvement. For example, the stormwater drains is supposed to carry only stormwater, but it is carrying sewage only. In Bombay South, there is a gully called as Khau Gully, right? So that Khau Gully should actually separate their wet waste and compost it, but they don't do that. They push it in the stormwater drains or gratings, and then it clogs the stormwater drains, and we get flooding. So just these are my first impressions. So Dr. Salvi is seeing the things very closely. So I want his views on these things, and also regarding the main theme of sustainable planet, what BMC can do and what citizens should do.
Mr. Zack, do you have any question? Mr. Zack?
I'm sorry? Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, I am quite impressed with the presentation that Dr. Vikram, and I'd like to thank him for some of the positive comments. Appreciate that. At the same time, I also agree with him that when you're having a tree, why not plant a tree that requires less water rather than taking too much water? So again, that's where the sense and sustainability plays a role. If you're planting Cornucopus tree, for example, Cornucopus tree takes too much water and the roots goes in all different directions, and it causes all kinds of infrastructure issues to the other buildings, cracks and so on. So if the idea is to have a tree, why not plant a tree that is more accessible and acceptable to the region? I can't plant mango tree in Canada because it's not going to grow. So what my point is again is that what Dr. Vikram pointed out is absolutely true. And this is where we need to think outside the box or having a common sense to start with. Now, when it comes for the Indian oil for Ravi Panhalkar, I think one of the things that we have to think, I have a saying that even oil and gas industry can help climate change. Now, one might think that, have I gone nuts that I'm saying that? Is it because I come from oil and gas industry myself before? No, it's because the best practices that you may have in your organization within Indian Oil, you also have a lot of people who are eating food. You also have if you can introduce green governance to create green citizenship by introducing green covenant, it might help. And at the same time, what I also feel in many ways, if I look at it, and again going back to Dr. Vikram, the reason why we are buying so much is because of economic order quantity options that we have been provided. So instead of buying one cigarette, if you need one cigarette, it will cost you 1 rupee in India. But if you buy a 20-stick cigarette packet, it will cost you 15 rupees per packet. So normally what people are doing, let's try to save the money, but then again you'll end up having a lot more than what you need. And then you started having more waste and you don't know what to do with them. So the one way to look at it from the corporate side, if the corporate can create a green governance within the organization, then they can create green citizenship. Then many of us, all of us, can become a green citizen, we can become an eco-warrior, and can help reduce the item that is going to waste and reduce pollution. And as Dr. Vikram pointed out, why are we having waste to energy when you know for a fact that it's polluting? It has a nanoparticle that's going into our lungs. Why not find a solution that is a much better solution rather than repeating the same thing what is damaging us? And that's the way I look forward of seeing things happen. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Zach. We have taken your point very well. Very good points regarding planting trees which require less water itself. So we are also in India promoting the native species. Like when we worked with Indian Oil and other companies, I told them to remove your fascination for Ashoka trees, which which grow fast and which look nice. But rather than that, we should promote neem trees or fruit-bearing trees, which are very good for ecology. So excellent points you put forward. Thank you for that. So coming back, I request Dr. Salvi to go ahead.
Before that, just I would like to add, as told by Mr. Jack, we have very much got in place the tree plantation policy, wherein we very clearly mentions which area of country needs to be planted with which type of trees. And we are giving preferences to the local trees, local species, so that those are consecutive to all the nature in and around. Thank you.
Thank you, Kulkarni sir, and nice points put up by other panelists also. Say, coming back to my part, so far sewerage is concerned, I would like to make in a two-part. One is what should be the general thing, and then what we should supposed to do further. Say, generally, wastewater is generated every day from each and every home, and even you can go to the industries or food houses or anywhere. The only thing is what, so far India is concerned, we are more focused on water, but nobody focuses on wastewater. So there is what, even you can see that it was just neglected, and nobody was bothered. Even you go to the semi-urban areas or maybe rural areas, even today also treatment of the sewage, treatment of the wastewater is not given that much focus. I know that we are talking about Swachh Bharat and all other things. My point is what? First of all, if that treatment is not done, then automatically there will be load on the water sector, and finally, whatever we are talking about, the environment and all other aspect, that will be directly affected. Coming back to the city part is concerned, say always we are talking about there is no proper maintenance and all. But let me tell you, the sewer system is designed to carry sewage and not other thing. Focusing to the public aspect, generally you will find that they do not have, I'm talking again from the Indian part, there is some missing of the civic sense, and as a result, you will find all solids into the sewerage system, which is not designed to carry that. Say for example, say I visited even some European countries and even Singapore and all. You open sewer system and you will find that sewage is flowing. And when I gave this particular example to my engineers, my say junior engineers and sub-engineer, they simply ask, sir, if you open the sewer line at Dharavi and just tell me what we will not get. You will get rubber tire, you will get barrels, you will get dead animals. Now just imagine how that sewer system will function. That is the point. Now that is what happening to even our treatment plant also, that all this unnecessary solid goes to the treatment plant, and then it is highly affected. I'm just restricting my thoughts and my points about what is the expectation from the public. That is one thing. That day I was just traveling, say coming to the even small aspect, I was just traveling from the airport and I was in a queue for that vehicle and all. I found that the people who are in a good way, just throwing the water bottles and other thing outside the airport. I have photographs. So if this thing will happen, then whether it is a municipal corporation or whatever it may be, they cannot manage that. Cannot manage that. Now let us forget the other side. I talk about our side. What is expected? So considering the climate change and global warming, now our focus should not be only on the treatment, but our focus should be what? Already lots of embodied carbon is there. So that we cannot change at this stage. So what we can change, at least operation maintenance can be the less carbon intensive. There the intensity of the carbon can be less. So that can be focused. From today morning, there was a nice discussion about the green buildings and green initiative. So that is very much needed. See, because when you talk about the sewerage part, talking to the planet, earth and all this aspect, it is very much needed. Today nobody is concerned about the consumption of the energy, electricity, finally which is connected to the all greenhouse gases and all. So far our say municipal corporation, city or we part is concerned, now apart from treatment and maintenance, we should focus on this aspect also, and that is what the need of our. So only we are talking? No, we are doing also. Let me give you the example. So as a result, we have already implemented AI-based smart operation of the pumping station. That project is going on. So as a result, consumption of the energy will be less, predictive maintenance and proper thing will be implemented. I'm just restricting that discussion about the project, but one can understand. So IoT-based, AI-based, they are working, and all these aspects we are already implemented. That is one thing. Second thing is what? Wherever possible, we have implemented in the morning session, somebody talked about phytoremediation. So we have already implemented bioremediation, where the energy requirement is very less, or you say negligible, or it is a biological process. So where unnecessary use of the chemical is what reduced. Unnecessary emission of the hazardous gases is also very much controlled. So these are the few initiatives we have already taken, but I can say that these are not sufficient. We have to still move ahead. So that is what the few submission I can say at this stage. Thank you, sir, for giving the opportunity.
So thank you, Dr. Salvi, for your appropriate thoughts, and definitely they are worthwhile, and citizens will also take proper clues from that. So now I will come to Mr. Nitin Parab, Executive Engineer from Solid Waste Management Department of BMC, which looks after the operations part of solid waste management. So now I request him to express his views about the role of BMC as well as the role of citizens, and so that our planet becomes sustainable. And solid waste management is a very important component of sustainability. So your thoughts, sir?
Thank you, Doctor. First of all, I would like to say that Mumbai is the city of dreams. People come here to realize their life, goals. They want to enjoy their life. They want to live big. They want to live larger life. So that leads, as Dr. Pattarkine had said, to overconsumption. When our offices are shut down, we open up restaurants, we open up late night parties, and that all activities are generating waste. So 24/7, the concept of living their life to the fullest is generating waste, and overconsumption is adding to it. So we expect citizens to have good civic sense. That's fair enough on our part. But when we come to the point that they have come to Mumbai to live their life and enjoy it, that means they are going to overuse the resources, and we as a custodian of this city and the agency primarily responsible for delivering the services to the city, it is for us to gear up to reach up to that challenge that is being posed, as Dr. Salvi had said, that he expects the sewage drains should not have solid waste or tires or anything else. But in the field of solid waste management, since last 15 years, we have been trying to bring in good behavioral change. But the successes have been there, but that has been limited. Like Dr. Kulkarni is a part of ALM. It has been in existence since last 15 years. Yeah. And there are, he can vouch for it that in those ALMs, there are only hardly 2 or 3 who are socially responsible and active in promoting a good and sustainable life. Whereas the 98% of people who are generating waste are irresponsible, that in the way that we might say, but for them it's a way of life to live their life. They are not concerned about what is to be done due to the excess consumption, what is the generation, how do we take care of it, what happens to the environment as such. So for that, experts like Dr. Kulkarni, Dr. Salvi and Colonel are there. So it is for us to gear up to the challenge, and we have to wake up to the reality that people will not change. We have to change our systems and processes, and we can just use the social media to maybe connect with them and try to convince them to the best of our ability, maybe to, as Dr. Pattarkine had said, that consume less resources. That would reduce the burden on the city's infrastructure. That would help us in reducing the number of vehicles that we need to deploy for collection and transportation of waste. The energy that is consumed for converting waste into some useful product, and all such things. So all in all, I can say in Mumbai, at least for us, it is for the agencies like us who deliver services to citizens that we have to be proactive and maybe chart out something out of the box so that the people get closely associated with it. Like in Indore, Indore is the best example as far as the city cleanliness is concerned. There is a sense of ownership, like there is a sense of pride within the citizens that they want to keep the city clean. They want to ensure that the number one tag that they have earned under the Swachh Bharat mission competition, they do it very dutifully. And in public places, in markets, they have separate dustbins. They store their waste. They don't throw out waste out of their auto rickshaws. The auto rickshaws keep small dustbins within them. They have jingles. They have community participation. They have separate collection and transportation of wet waste, dry waste. And they have roads that are very neat and clean. And overall, the sense that has been built into them, in the citizens, that this is a city for us and we have to take care of it. For a city like Mumbai, it will take time because there is a lot of socio-economic disparity. To expect all social levels to behave in the same responsible manner is living in fantasy. So we have to accept some facts that we have to cater to all socio-economic classes and still deliver the services that we are intended to. And for that, in our solid waste management, we are trying to develop some systems and processes wherein we can cater to from the lowest rung to the highest top by way of systems that would be easier for the citizens to participate in. So we have various programs like ALMs for you, and we have some slum sanitation programs wherein we expect the slum dwellers, just basic thing, not to throw their waste into the drains, just keep it in their dustbins. Maybe if they have 2 types of dustbins, we provide them with dustbins so that they can store their dry waste and wet waste separately. It will make us convenient. Our only expectations at this level is to please make our job convenient, not make it difficult, as Dr. Salvi had said. by dumping all things into their sewer network, if it makes their life difficult, it's, that I think that would be the basic from which we need to start. And from then on, if we can build that in the next generation, because this generation is a lost generation. We can't expect people to change their behavioral ways. So in the next generation, from the school programs, we have started initiating some incentives for the school children, where the volunteers or enthusiasts, they go to the schools, they educate the children regarding separate collection of plastic, not to mix that. Then they get the rewards, some pencil box, some maybe water bottles, some initiatives. So whole thing is focus on the next generation and try to manage the current generation's problems. I think that approach would be a better way to manage our own problems, because the problem of the city is the problem of the corporation. So we have to deal with it in our own ways, and we have to evolve as the problem moves. I think that would be the better.
So thank you, Mr. Nitin Parab ji, for your excellent thoughts. And in a short span, you covered so many points. And it is really, if I want to cover every point of view, will require another another half an hour for a discussion. So broadly, I will say that you raised the important points that we have to follow the processes, and we have to, encourage the current young generation, and to create awareness, good practices of solid waste management in them, so that our cities will become clean and green. So that is our ultimate objectives, and many people have worked for that. I can take the example of Stree Mukti Sangatna, for example, Jyoti Mapsekar. So because of her work, women, particularly from lower, weaker sections of the society, they are participating in this activity, helping BMC, helping cleanliness, and their social status has also increased. So like that, we have to take the good things from, all these things. Even ALM is, I think, as you told, there are some mischievous elements also in that, right? But there are some good elements also. So because of that, you get to know what is happening in each corner of the city. So those people will tell you, सर यहाँ इतना कचरा पड़ा है, कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं आप लोग, तो आपको पता चलता है अरे हाँ इधर ही, क्योंकि आपके लोग 4-5 लोग हैं वार्ड में, तो वो हर जगह तो नहीं जा सकते हैं. तो आई रिक्वेस्ट BMC टू अगेन रिवाइव दिस प्लेटफॉर्म. जैसे मैं कॉलेज में प्रोफेसर था तो एनुअल सोशल गैदरिंग लेते हैं, तो कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि वो मस्ती करते हैं, प्रॉब्लम करते हैं, लोग बोलते हैं अभी गैदरिंग लेंगे ही नहीं. लेकिन मैं बोलता था कि अरे 4-5 मिस्चीवस लोगों की वजह से अब पूरा गैदरिंग का मजाक खत्म, क्योंकि स्टूडेंट का लाइफ तो एक ही बार आता है. तो वी हैव टू सिमिलरली ALM एक्सपीरियंस somehow we have to keep it alive, so that we have to learn to live with them, and then our ultimate objective to create Mumbai city as clean and green. So from the morning, I think particularly we got representation from various people who are really knowledgeable, and we see that a lot of discourse happened, and we came to know our engineers. You deputed your engineers, and they came, and I am hopeful that they have learnt so many things. People from industry, people from government, they came. So I hope this particular initiative, first initiative of Prakruti Foundation, will turn into a movement, which ultimately will help to clean cities like Mumbai, Pune, or even complete India as sustainable and livable. So with that, I think we should stop here because we are already stretching. And now we'll come to the last part of this function, which is the prize distribution. Okay. So first, we will award. There are many people who have supported this particular event, and because of that, conducting such events is possible. So Rotary Club of Mumbai inspires. Mr. Suresh ji is there. So I request Rotary Club of Mumbai Inspire is they are one of the co-sponsors of this event. So I request Mr. Suresh ji to come forward and accept our token of appreciation. So I request Nitin ji to hand over the trophy to Mr. Suresh Notani, who represents Rotary Club of Mumbai Inspire. They are the co-sponsors of this event. Again, there are some very generous individuals who support our foundation by giving donations, and because of which we can conduct some awareness activities and such programs. So now I request Srimati Anjali Naik to come forward, and she is so generous that because of her generousness we can conduct so many activities. So she is a retired professor of Marathi from Vartak College, Vasai. So I request Indurkar Saab to hand over. सगळे समोरच येऊया. Now again, there are different companies who have contributed for sustaining this event, and one of that is our own company, Prachi Services INC. So I request Prachi Kulkarni and Manjusha Rajguru to accept this token of appreciation. So this Prachi Services INC, this is the Prachi after which this company is named, and Manjusha is my sister who came all the way from Pune.
Should I ask Mr.
So I
Kulkarni?
request Dr. Ajit Salvi Saab to hand over the honors. Now the most important part of this function, as I am telling from the beginning, that there are some officers because of which the things are moving around, and we want to award these officers for their role during their complete lifetime. They have taken decisions which are supporting the environment protection and sustainable development. So one of the officers is Dr. Ajit Salvi, who is Deputy Chief Engineer, Bombay Municipal Corporation Sewerage Operations Department, and I'm knowing him since last more than 10 years, and the passion with which he speaks is really admirable, and the decisions which he takes, they have really contributed for the development, sustainable development and environment. So for his lifetime work, Prakruti Foundation is going to award him with a trophy. So please. Yes. And again, the most important part, as I told, there are other officers who have helped and they are passionate for environment protection and sustainable development. And one of the officers is Colonel Mahendra Indurkar Saab. And so we generally talk about negative things, but there are such good people because of which the administration is running and things are happening. And he's one of them. As I will say, oasis in the desert, and because of these things become bearable for the general people and even for environment and sustainable development. So for his work throughout his life, he has just retired. So Prakruti Foundation would like to honor him for his work And Mrs. Indurkar is also there, so I request her also to come here. So now I request Dr. Ajit Salvi to speak a few words for for this occasion.
First of all, I am very much humble that now he has selected me or nominated me for this particular award. But really speaking, it is a small but family gathering, I can say. Family of friends and all, well-wishers. So the good thing is what? Kulkarni sir and myself, we came in contact through our passion of environment only. And that too what? We are in a capacity building all the way. Yes. So some time back, I delivered lectures at some places, I think at Pune or Nasik. And Gokhale sir, he saw my lecture and all, or he attended, and he recommended me to sir. And then sir invited me for some other lectures at his initiatives. Over a period of time, I introduced him to AILSG. And today he is arranging one conference in this particular hall. Really, I feel, only thing is what, sir, next time we should arrange a big conference here. So this is what I feel, I have introduced a nice person to this particular big institute. This institute is very nice. I am in a contact with them since almost 2002 something. More than 20 years. So they are also very happy that Kulkarni sir, because solid waste management, environment and everything, he has got lots of knowledge. Particularly in COVID time, we delivered n number of sessions online, both of us. He was on solid waste, I was on wash. Sometimes he was in other thing and I was on sewerage. So many lectures. So COVID, we have, as a BMC, we have worked on front line. But at the same time, we have worked on other way also for capacity building of the other states. So we are both together. I feel really blessed that I'm in contact with Kulkarni sir and all other, maybe a small gathering, but all they are very knowledgeable and expert. I'm very happy that I'm introduced this particular gentleman. Great, really great. I appreciate, because that total business is different, Indian Oil and everything is different, and he has taken such an initiative that this is a good example for us also. So because from today morning we started with the green initiatives and all, and he has already implemented. See, some initiatives are good for only PowerPoint presentation. Nobody is implementing, but he has really implemented. So say at this occasion, really speaking, it is 7:30 already. We started morning somewhere, but otherwise I could have said many more things. But sir, once again I am very much thankful to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So really you expressed very nicely, and we are all humble about that. And last but not least, I request Colonel Indurkar Saab to express few words.
Had you not given me this chance, still I was about to ask you to allow me to speak for 2 minutes. It's really very nice to be here today. And I remember when we had an interaction when you came first to Andheri Colony, and you got implemented this compost pits, which has become an exemplary case, and wherein I understand school boys around schools visited, even BMC also visited. It was appreciated like anything, and then we got that replicated to so many colonies in Mumbai. And really, I mean, not for the sake of saying, but that entire credit I give it to Dr. Kulkarni. He is such a humble person. I mean, these are very small things, but that makes impact. As usual, the people are not aware, they are not willing to segregate the waste and everything. this gentleman has gone from flat to flat along with the maids, and he has explained them everywhere ki which waste is to be put in which basket. I mean, to that extent he has gone, which was not at all required for him. But the passion he has got, that is to be seen. We have worked together for almost 5-6 years, and we really enjoyed it. We got small stickers done. We got it pasted on dustbins so that the maid should know what garbage is to be put in which basket. He has also took sessions for housekeeping staff, even the maids, and made them aware. And that has really made an impact to a great extent. After that, he took interest in Greenco movement, and I'm very happy that he is doing very well now as a consultant for obtaining Greenco certification for various Indian Oil locations. I'm really very happy that Dr. Kulkarni is doing something great for this Mother Earth, and I wish he continues the same thing in the days to come also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughts and for your blessings. And with that, I thank again for everyone for coming here. And it is already late. So our next Greenco or next Prakruti conference will be in Pune. So, yeah, so I'm thankful to Mr. Zack Abdi for his passionately listening from Canada, Toronto in the morning. I am thankful to Dr. Vikram Pattarkine. I think we have got good friends because of this particular event. And worldwide, I think Linda Gradal was there from Sweden. Dr. Bhaskar Kura was there. He was speaking from Poland. So even though this event is small, this is international event. And the speakers which are there, they really have got in-depth knowledge. And really we will do something great for sustainability. So with this, I say that the event is over, and thank you everyone for your cooperation. Thank you.